get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wise.
Hello there, and now, bear with me, I thought I'd talk about another horror film, that being Chamlin's Cloest. Shot in 1988, Chamlin's Cloest. Where can I start? It starts off, as I say, a little boy who has special powers. He can control things and move things with his mind. It kind of reminds me of another film, which some people say it has a similarity. That film being Making Contact, which was shot 2 days before this. But let's just say this is like what would happen if Making Contact had an 18 rating on it. I'm not talking about porn. Like I said, it's a boy who has special powers. He lives with his mum. He has a stepdad who's basically a bit like a foster dad. You could say he's a bit of a dick. He always picks on Chamlin, always makes his life a living hell. And it's like, if only Chamlin was my age or in his 20s, and give him a smack in the mouth, because he's just a bit of what you call a bit of a typical bully boy. You know, picks on the kid. He's only going to make a little bit of noise, and says him a load of shit and picks on him. So it kind of makes you feel sorry for Chamlin. But Chamlin's Cloest, basically it's a monster in a closet, that type of story. The father's giving him shit again, but this monster is starting to fighting him and terrify him and do all this, similar to what they did in Making Contact. But the father's giving him shit again, the foster dad, opens the cupboard, boom, eyeballs explode, fires him out the fucking window, awesome death. And that's what it does to him in Cloest. It has a lot of memorable death scenes in it. Let's not forget the psychiatrist who's helping Chamlin. He's climbing up the ladders to fix a light, falls off the ladders, head comes off. It's a bit of a graphic, gruesome death scene, and it doesn't hold back in the blood and gore department. There's a lot of good gruesome deaths in Chamlin's Cloest, shot in 88, again done by producer. Which the same there, producer had an epic movie makes when you think about it. Same there, they did Out of Darkness, remember me reviewing that? They did that a lot of other films. They did Warlock, another film I reviewed in 1988, and this was another one. A film what has kind of been forgotten and is very rare you ever find it on DVD. Only on video, sadly to say. But yeah, Chamlin's Cloest, it's not a bad one, you know. You're going into it for blood and gore, you're definitely going to get it. It originally was made for TV, and you wouldn't think so with some of the blood and some of the fucking gore in it, especially in the uncut version. Let's not forget there's a scene where he dies in the shower and he thinks his girlfriend is about to strip off, you know, tits, nudity, all that. Long run, you know, it's a fucking monster. Attacks him, bashes his fucking head in. Awesome, awesome death. There's a few good death scenes in it, and again you get the cheapy monster. You even get a scene where the cheapy monster smiles like this. You might see it here and there on YouTube if you look it up, or even look for the trailer, Chamlin's Cloest. Again, shot in 1988, what can I say? It's a good one. The lad's got special powers, and basically a guy is trying to help him. He's trying to help him drum the monster, which is basically a monster in the Cloest. The monster kills people to take their souls. That's what it's all about. It's just an evil monster that kills people by taking their souls and killing them. And it does have a few good gruesome deaths, like I said. You get a guy who gets beheaded. You get the awesome scene where the evil foster dad's eyeballs explode, and you get a guy getting his fucking head smashed in. It definitely doesn't hold back on the blood, and it definitely doesn't hold back on the fucking door. So Chamlin's Cloest is basically your blood and door ties, and again, it does have similarities to Making Contact. And if you're wondering why I'm looking around, I'm trying to see where that disc is, because I have got it somewhere till I can show it you. Where the fuck is it? Is a fucking mystery. Where the fuck is it? Bear with me. Where the fuck is it? Da 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 da. Where the fuck is it? I do not know where the fuck it is, so you have to make do with what I say. It's somewhere around, but the amount of DVDs I've got, it'll be somewhere around, and I don't intend on fucking digging it out. But in 1986, same type of film, there was a boy who had special powers, who his father sadly died. The only difference is you had like a doll, like a puppet, what was basically fucking making his life a living hell. In this, you got a little boy, and you got a monster in the fucking tosset, again, making the lad's life a living hell. There's even a scene where it tries to kill the kid, lifts him up, and it tries to stuff him through a fucking fan. I'm not making this shit up. It tries to stuff him through a fucking electric fucking fan. You know them fans that spin around, and it's dragging him right across. Lucky enough, it doesn't go that far to killing kids. And you may remember me saying, I do not want to see any harm in any movie killing fucking kids. Don't like it, never will. People, no problems, because you know it's special effects. And I know in real life, no kids are hurt in any fucking film. But again, it's not very nice. Bear with me again, as I'm now going to have a coffee. Hard working day, why not? Cover this up, I don't want to get done for copyright. One day I might have to invent a machine that can blur out the word rather than me doing that. But fuck it. Again, we're going to go with Tamlin's Tosset. Again, you got to die down the road. You get people on the way who's in this house, they know something is going on, and they all get a gruesome death or two. It's hard to believe that this was made originally for TV. Then it came on theatrical, and then it came on video. Medusa was a well-known make. I do remember the days when it used to have the woman with the snakes on the head, and it was called Medusa. Then as we got into the later 80s, it was called Medusa's Pictures. You remember the film? Used to bob about. And again, 88 was an awesome day. You had a lot of films that now a lot of people forget. You had Out of Darkness. You had Warlock. Well, sticking two fingers up. You had, let me think of one, there's another one, I do remember it, Joel's Son, I think it was called, I could be right on that, or Joel's Son, Medusa again. And you had this one, Tamlin's Tosset, again, shot in 88, you could say it's sort of like what would happen if it has similarities to Making Contact. Good film, and if I do find it somewhere, I'll show you that. It was 2 days from Making Contact, and it definitely doesn't hold back in the blood and gore department. It's definitely violent, and it's definitely fucking gruesome. So what would I do for Making Contact? Bear with me, some noise as usual. I'll give it a big fopping 9 rating, because it's definitely good if you go for blood and gore. It's not just an excuse to show blood and gore. It does have a story to it. It's tortured. You've got a boy, you've got a monster attacking a kid. You got people on the way down to help him. There's, like most people, they don't want to believe it, but it happens. You got a mum. I'm assuming the dad was a stepdad and he was a dick. Got a well-justice death, because I don't like people picking on kids. So again, for anyone who wants to know, 9-star rating. I'll talk about other films on the way and other things I'd like to talk about. Into then, I'm going to chill out. See you later.